Hey folks, welcome back to another video. We are still in beautiful Bonnie, Scotland, and this is going to be our final sort of big VFR tour of the area. It's been a really fantastic time to just really explore every inch of the Orbx Scotland scenery. It is by far one of their masterpieces, apart from a few issues, weirdly, of like Ben Nevis for instance, which has got a very strange mesh issue. I mean, of all the places, that Ben Nevis is the obvious place you're going to go to. How on earth did the beta testers miss that problem? I don't know. Another B200 there. I do love watching them going in and out of the airport, so these sound fantastic. But anyway, we're going to get this started up. Parking brake on, got a battery on, throttle cracked, mixture rich. Don't know what that controller is. I've always had that there with the reverb. I need to sort that out, but never mind, it's not distracting enough for me to be that bothered. Oh, fuel pump on, beacon on. That'll do for now. Crank this baby up. There we go. You know, you can hear it when it latches and kind of like fires. Couldn't hear that with the unmentioned lack of speakers on the other one. Right, we're going to put avionics on. Now, there's going to be a beep, okay? I might edit this bit out actually, but if I don't, just be aware that there's going to be a beep now. In fact, no, I will edit it out, so don't worry. Okay, we're back. Pitot heat I've just put on. Strobe light, taxi light, landing light. Just going to put them on now. Check the recording. So what we're going to do today, guys, is as I say, I've been spending a bit of time in Scotland, finishing up my tour so I can begin my transatlantic flight soon from Sunberg. So I've been, exploring all the many areas I've been in real life in Scotland, and I'm just amazed at some of the points of interest that are included. Don't mind me just really badly taxiing here. Since the B200 has showed us what way the runway, the way the wind is, we will use that. So yeah, we are. I've been looking at so many different points of interest. Like, for instance, Ellenbeck is a beautiful area, just sort of southwest of Oban. It takes a while to get there, but I stayed there for a week once, and it's got a very famous bridge called the Atlantic Bridge, and it's so small, and I'm amazed that they included that, but it's there in all its glory. Things like the viaduct, bridges like that, just really, really wonderful, and very well done. Right, we're just going to do a little turn here. So today we are back at a beautiful, magical 45 frames per second, which I generally tend to get in this headset unless I say I'm using the TBM in a very high intensive area like my other video. Okay, so we are going to climb out steep once we take off. One thing I haven't done actually, I haven't warmed the engines up, so I've got to be very, very careful here. Watch the oil temp like a hawk, because this engine will fail. I'm actually going to keep the landing gear down for a minute just in case it does fail, which it has done. Okay, this is a perfect example, guys, of why you need to look after this aircraft. I've just broken the aircraft, so I'm going to leave this in the video, but let's just land in this patch here. It's always good to keep calm in these situations. Actually, I did. The landing gear was up. So there we go. This aircraft is fantastic because of its realism, and even if you look at the bent prop, if I can find it again, where's it gone? Hang on, go back to that again. Oh dear. That's a bit of a sorry sight. Okay, I'll come back to you guys with a working Marchetti. I'm just gonna have to spend some money now getting this fixed. Okay guys, we are back. Luckily we had an engineer that just happened to be at Oban who knows everything about the Marchetti, and he's amazing, and he was able to repair it within 10 minutes, even though the engine needed completely changed. So that was lucky, wasn't it? And all for £10 and 58 pence. So yeah, really lucky. Right, okay, so let's try this again. I can't get myself lined up. Hang on, there we go. Oh, I'm all over the runway here. There we go. Bit of wind here. Still being very careful with those engines. She wants to fly. Now oil temps are now in the green. Just cylinder head temperature is the important thing. You need to make sure that starts rising as and is in the green, which it is. So I don't really have a particular plan for this flight as such, although I'm thinking we probably could.
172 to Sierra Papa, fly heading 190, runway 19. You're cleared for takeoff.
Have a search.
190, runway 19.
Shut up. There we go. Have a search for the infamous Loch Ness Monster. Now I've heard many reports about this Loch Ness Monster, but I want to see for myself whether this creature still exists. So we're gonna gradually make our way over to there. It's a bit misty again today in Scotland. I'm using real world weather again, Ultimate Weather XP, and all is well. All is hunky-dory and fantastic. Now I'm going to try and shut up about the resolution now, because I think I've done enough videos on it to drive home what I think of the reverb. At the point in this recording, I haven't used my Rift S now for about 3 weeks. Kind of says it all really, but having said that, that's because I've just been really quite busy, and the only time I've been able to be in VR is flying. And as I've said before, the reverb is my seated simulation VR headset, without a doubt. I've just got no reason really to use the Rift S, unless I suppose if I ever do a flight in and around London or a particular area that's really going to tax my system, then I will definitely use the Rift S for that, because it's smoother. Now if you're wondering, because a few people have said, how are you getting that frame rate with the reverb, but I've got nothing secret, any sort of special setting that I'm using that I'm not, divulging or anything. My system, as I've said before a few times, is in fact I'll probably put it in my description, because I haven't even put a description up on my YouTube channel yet, and I probably should really. I'm just being lazy really. But yeah, it's an 8600K stock, completely stock, although I am planning on getting a nice fan very soon for it, and I'm going to service my computer. I might stick some more memory in it, and I'm also going to clean it all out, and probably put a new power supply in it as well, because it's only running a 600 watt power supply, and I actually have a Corsair 800 watt in my old computer that I used to use, which did me proud for about 3 or 4 years, or probably more actually. It was a Dell computer, and just those little upgrades will make a nice difference. I just need a bit more air, a bit more cooling. Yes, actually that's another point I was going to mention. Actually, I'm using this is, I mean look, even though I'm not getting 45 frames, this is really smooth, because I've changed my Steam VR projection setting from auto to motion vector, which I did in a video quite a while back, and so long as you can sort of maintain a good 30 frames or more, basically I think it forces motion projection to always be on. So if you're getting 20 frames per second, it's going to be a pretty crappy experience, but if you're getting about 30-35, it's a little choppy, but it's kind of smoother overall, and I know that makes no sense at all, but that's the only way I can describe it. It works for me. And part of the fun is tinkering, isn't it, really? Okay, so we're about to go right over Ben Nevis. I'll take our fuel pump off. Now, I can't bear to look at it. Let's turn right and look at this beautiful view to our right here. Now, I would be quite happy now if the resolution of VR headsets, well, actually, other VR headsets need to catch up with the reverb, but I mean in terms of the resolution, the Pimax is chasing silly resolutions, and I just think let's just stick to this resolution. This 2K per eye is fantastic, and it's enough. It's already too much for hardware. The hardware is only just able to run it. Look at that, all that snow on there, gorgeous. So let's just stick with this resolution for the next few years and let hardware and software catch up. That would be my suggestion. That is simply sublime. It's just incredible. And you know that feeling when you haven't really had much time to be in VR, even though I've been off this week. I've just been, because the weather's been so nice, just been doing various things and kind of just really missed VR. I haven't been in VR for, I mean, it's only been a couple of days really, probably 2 or 3 days, but because of the reverb, it's just like I just want to be in it every day. But unfortunately that's just not possible. Right, we're going the completely wrong direction now, so we need to just move this way. Oh, this is so nice. I'm going to have a sip of coffee. That's the only thing. I wish there was an easier way of drinking coffee whilst in VR. Well, it probably is. A straw. Simple thing called a straw, but it's one of those things I always forget until I'm in VR again and got a coffee and like, oh, I must get a straw. Then I completely forget about it again until the next time. And I've been doing that now for about 2 or 3 years, so so if anyone would love to donate me a straw to the channel, that would be really appreciated. Actually, if any of you guys have got any suggestions of any areas you'd like me to fly, particularly in the Orbx scenery area of the UK or Ireland, I've got really high quality ortho Z18 for Ireland, and I've also got some really high quality Europe scenery. Mainland Europe extends really far out, and of course I've got the Washington Orbx scenery. But I mean, you know, any suggestions for flights or anything that you'd like to see, please do let me know. I'm always up for suggestions. There's trees down there. And I have thought about changing my video settings to 1080p. But honestly, these videos, like an hour video, is insanely like 8-9 gigs or more, and it takes forever to upload because my internet isn't brilliant. I'm only getting about 35 megabytes per second or something, which is actually the fastest internet I've ever had, but it's still not really fast enough, particularly when you're uploading YouTube videos or anything. So I find, you know, unless loads of people complain about it, I think generally speaking it's the right balance. Got a bit of cloud coming into view here, very nice. In fact, it looks a bit like it's mist, low-lying cloud. That might make our descent into Loch Ness a little bit more dramatic, especially if we see the monster through the mist. Ah, scared. Yeah, that cloud is actually building as we're getting closer to it. That's exactly where we're heading. In fact, we're heading over there. And we need to start descending. If you're wondering what that whistle is, no, it's not a bug. That's exactly what the real aircraft sounds like. I think it's like almost like, you know, the blue note in the in a Hunter when it gets to a certain speed. Because we're going pretty quick, the air is kind of creating, it's going over the fuselage and creating that whistle. Sounds amazing on a flyby. Of course, it's looking a bit dark down there, isn't it? Hopefully we'll be able to... Wow, this is very dramatic. Descending into this. This is kind of the perfect weather, really, for finding a monster. Like, we're descending into the mist here. Actually, a little bit scared. And those clouds are looking really nice and almost volumetric. Keeping an eye on everything here, and we're now over the lake. Okay guys, shout out if you see the monster lurking through this mist. Holy crap. I think I've just spotted the Loch Ness Monster. There it is! Look at that! Oh my god, it's actually pretty scary in VR. Look at that! Holy crap! So there you are guys, you heard it here first. Breaking news. The Loch Ness Monster does indeed exist. That's a nice touch, Orbx. Well done. You've almost redeemed yourself for the Ben Nevis issue, shall I say. Not quite, but get it fixed and this will be the perfect scenery. Okay guys, so I think at this point I'm probably going to end the video there. I'm going to keep exploring Scotland. I hope you enjoyed that little video, and you take care, and I'll see you again very soon. God, scenery's gorgeous. Take care, bye bye.